Hi everybody, welcome to our fall term for Introduction to Physical Biological Anthropology. I am your instructor, Professor Zioli, or Professor Z is fine. We are going to enter into this term together as a kind of amateurs to biological anthropology and anthropology in general. I think many of you have likely never taken an anthropology course, and I know that most of you are taking this to fulfill your science credit. So what my goal is to organize this course and make it as easy as I possibly can for you to navigate what you need to do throughout the term to earn the grade that you hope to earn. Now, what this video is doing is just essentially I'm going to go over a little bit about the course structure and then show you the textbook and just acquaint you with my kind of personality a little bit. And you're more than welcome to always reach out to me via Canvas message, which is my preferred method of contact. If you should have any questions or you need anything in terms of feedback for your assignments, I do try to provide some feedback for your discussions as well as any module assignments that you would be submitting throughout the term. Now, our course textbook is authored by Clark Spencer Larson here, and I use the 5th edition. So you see these two monkeys on this cover. The new edition is the 6th edition, and it just came out. If you happen to see it, do not buy it. It's not what I'm not quite ready to use it yet, so it'll save you some money getting the 5th edition versus the 6th. Another question that I often get is, can we use the 4th edition? You can use the 4th edition. Just understand that the page numbers are going to be slightly different than the 5th edition. So generally speaking, the terms and the concepts are fairly similar. They overlap with each other. And I am not one to try to cheat you out of any money. And I know you want to save some money on textbooks. I don't blame you for that. So this is the 4th edition. This is what it looks like. But remember, for both, it should say Essentials. So there's the full version, the full paperback or the full text version. That is not what I use. I use the Essentials. Again, saving you some money as compared to the other book, which is bigger and more content. Now, the course itself is broken down into 10 modules. Each module will have at least a minimum of a reading quiz, and you can read the syllabus with the details on that, and a discussion. Now, there are 5 module assignments throughout our term together, and if we have 10 modules in the class, you can do the math on that, and it'll be about every other module. So usually, I think in the Anthropology 1 class, in our physical class, I think I have it like module 2 will have the first module assignment, and then we go from there. So it's really important for you to review the due dates and make sure you're familiar with the Canvas calendar and the breakdown of the modules, so you don't miss any really important items. Now, another thing that I should let you know is I structure my course a little bit differently as contrasted to some of my colleagues. I do not put the modules on the homepage. I actually create my own homepage, and that homepage will have all of the links to the modules on the front of it. We call the interface, or what you're seeing. If you're using a tablet or a phone, it'll be towards the bottom, so you scroll down and you'll see the modules on the bottom part. But the links will take you to each individual module. Now, also on that homepage, you're going to find the link to the syllabus and the link to the extra credit. And right before the midterm and right before the final, I'll post the links to the study guide. So you can always access those materials, those important things on the homepage. The only thing you cannot access on the homepage is the full announcements. You can see the link on the top. So read my announcements. I post them every single week, usually on Sundays. And you're not able to access your grades on the homepage for obvious reasons. So you would just click on grades. And many of you are familiar with Canvas. You've either taken Canvas courses already at the college level. Maybe you were introduced to Canvas in high school. Regardless of that, just know that my structure is slightly different than, as far as I understand it, many of my colleagues. So just familiarize yourself with how I organize the Canvas class. And from what I get from other students, and I teach at a few campuses, they prefer the way that I organize it. And it's more for myself also, because it's just easier to have a cleaner concise and not so, I don't want to say messy, but just not cluttery homepage. It's just the way that I like to organize. Now, the modules are open typically at least 7 to 10 business days advance. I usually do 2 weeks in advance, and you can begin working on them when they open. I trust that you'll be reading the material with the content and reviewing the material as you go along. But once they're open, you can start working on them. Now, there's no major papers in this class. As a 100 level course for a science course, I didn't think it was that imperative to do something like that. So the module assignments fulfill some of those learning units, as well as the module reading quizzes and the discussions. Now, we do have a midterm and final in this class, and the midterm and final are worth 100 points each, and it's fairly straightforward. So just as with the reading quizzes, the midterm and the final will be multiple choice, true, false, and some matching questions, so there's no essay questions, and that's how you're going to complete kind of the majority of the workload. Now, something to be aware is with the module assignments, there is at least one shorter answer essay, so this is just a couple of paragraphs per question. They are timed, and I do ask that you use the utmost levels of honesty and integrity in responding to these questions. I need to see that this is the work of a 100 level student and not a graduate level or doctoral student who copied and pasted from ChatGPT, which has become a real problem at the college level in the last year or so. So please use honesty and integrity, because if I do suspect any of these kinds of outside materials, I will require us to have a Zoom meeting and just kind of go over how you came up with your answers, and I'll ask you some deeper questions. So it's just better to avoid all of that and show me your intellectual worth, show me your intellectual value from what you learned. I am not expecting perfection. Just understand that. I'm expecting the work of somebody who has never taken a anthropology or maybe very limited experience with an anthropology course, much less a science course. So know that when you're going in, that's what I'm looking for. And I want to see your work. I want to read what you contribute. It is very important to me as a teacher. I don't do this necessarily for the money, because if I did, I'd be pretty foolish. I do it because I do really truly enjoy what I do, and I really truly enjoy seeing students go from one learning curve to the next. It gives me a lot of joy as a professor, as an educator in this society. So that being said, I hope you understand that I'm also very approachable. I want to help you succeed, and though we are asynchronous, meaning I'm not going to be teaching live, I am here if you need me. So I am not opposed to meeting on Zoom, or just easiest thing is to send me a message on Canvas. Can you clarify page number this and this, Professor Ziola? I don't think I understand. And I'd be happy to help you. So if you get a little confused on the terms or confused on the concepts, never hesitate to reach out to me. But that's all I have for now. So I'm just going to leave you with that, and get your textbook, take that syllabus quiz by this Sunday, post your first discussion by this Sunday, but the reading quiz is not due until September 8th. I give you a little more wiggle room to get your book, some time to get your book, as well as read through the first chapter prior to taking the quiz. That is all for now. I wish you all the best in this fall term, and we will be in touch again in the coming week.